Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug. Long boys blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Columbus Post 1975, and welcome to the Ticking Clock Room. It seems only apt since I'm going to be talking about Back to the Future in this video. We do it in my room that, well, has ticking clocks and ultimately reminds me the start of the movie. As many of you know, my favourite movie of all time this is a disclaimer, I have to do it, has been my favourite movie of all time since day one and has never changed or wavered. How many people can say that about their favourite movie? Anyway, so this is a long overdue video. 3 weeks, maybe a month ago, I did a video. A part one of this video was just initial thoughts and unboxing video, no assembly, because I didn't realize quite so much assembly was involved in this, of the Playmobil Back to the Future DeLorean time machine. Now, it's a good alternative basically to the Lego time machine, but good luck getting one of those, because I imported mine from Canada 5 years ago and it was under $100, but now they're currently going for on Amazon for $200. But it's a good alternative to that, because I mean, Lego make great display pieces and things like that, but there's no denying assembly of those things, although it came with better instructions than this did, but we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, assembly of Lego stuff isn't for everyone, and I'll mention this again later on. And displaying of Lego, at least for me, being such a fragile thing, and transporting of Lego things, it just makes me nervous. So this is a very, very good alternative, and they're doing a whole range of these things now, because I grew up with Playmobil and they always had a decent range of stuff, such as soldiers, spaceships, real life things such as tractors, ambulances, rubbish lorries or garbage trucks, and they started doing movie ones. They do a lot of Ghostbusters stuff that is really, really cool. And based on this, how I'm impressed with it now that it's assembled, I might be getting an Ecto 1. Anyway, so here is the box, and basically I got this, sorry for the glare, like I said, 3 weeks, maybe a month ago, and I was very anxious about assembling it, because when I opened it up, I'll put a link to that video in the doohickey down below. When I opened it up, again, as I previously mentioned, I didn't realise quite so much assemblage, is that even a word, was involved. I did end up making a video of me actually building it, but unfortunately it got corrupted, which, to be fair, is probably for the best, because I wouldn't want people following that video as some sort of guide and making cack-handed, cock-ups on their beloved Playmobil time machine DeLorean. So anyway, it is now finally built, and there's a couple of things I want to quickly show you. This is why I was so nervous and so anxious about building it. It was the stickers. Me and stickers do not get on. I don't have the steadiest of hands, and you only get one set. This is just not Playmobil. This is one thing I've never liked about stickers. You only get one set. The sheer amount of pressure that you don't balls it up is too much for me. And the instructions, I didn't find the instructions to be particularly good. Now, your mind may differ, and you may be thinking that doesn't look that difficult, and there is what? There is only 64 pieces, but I didn't find them that sort of easy, intuitive to follow. Sorry about the lights. And I swear some stages were missing. Again, there's people out there who built this and just thinking, dude, seriously, it was a piece of piss. Then good for you, and maybe I'm not very good at assembling these things. So I will say, take your time, probably look at the model before you build it, and all its component parts, and just thoroughly check it out until you're happy. And in your own mind, you have some sort of kind of inkling to where the pieces go. But put it this way, the Lego one may be a lot more, part involving when it comes to the assemblage, but the instructions were far superior to this. But that's just a general nitpick for me. What you want to see is, that's so apt. What you want to see is the final product. So I'm going to show you this here quickly, because I have recorded a little bit with it on my tripod, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty Jim dandy, and it's pretty movie accurate. And as you can see, both individuals fit in the car, which you would hope was a no-brainer, but you honestly don't know with some people. It's got opening doors, Gullwing doors, it would have to, otherwise it would be a complete failure as a product. And it does have light up effects because it is battery powered. That is nice. That is very nice. Obviously you assemble the battery pack yourself. And also it does have, there's switches on the bottom where if you push it forward or pull it away, then the wheels collapse into hover mode. Points I don't like, or points off I should say, is it could have come with a display stand. My Lego, this is a Lego comparison to Playmobil, thing like that, but could have come with a display stand. But there's no denying that that looks really, really nice. I really, really do like that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit of film where I've got this on the table and I'm filming it with my camcorder so you can see it in a little bit more detail. So first of all, we'll take a look at the figures. I think the figures are really, really nice. It's cool that it comes with them, but obviously you can also buy them separately, and you can buy the 50 ones separately, which I show you in my original video. Granted, in the packet, because I don't open stuff, but you get an Einstein with a leash, which is really cool. You get a really, really cool Doc Brown figure that assembles the remote control for the car and has, which I think is supposed to be like a lab pack, and his stopwatch. You also get a plutonium case that if I open, it's a bit difficult to open. It's a bit stiff and it's completely empty, but that's because the contents are in the box. It contains these things here that go on the back. I don't know if you can see that. Well, yep. That's a given, that happens. It's basically got the plutonium. You get like 3 of them and 3 handles, so you can stick that in the back there. It's obviously an original movie DeLorean, so there's no Mr. Fusion. A little bit disappointed they didn't include Mr. Fusion, but I can live with that. You get Marty's skateboard, which is accurate to the movie. Well, the top is accurate to the movie, and you get a really, really cool little Marty figure with the JVC camcorder, or VHS recorder, I should say, which camera we all thought was so futuristic back in its day. I think Smith's Chris were given away in a competition. Now, if you look at the DeLorean, what's really, really cool is the details really, really nice. You get the strip that goes up here, over the top of the car and round to the other side. As I said, there's the plutonium chamber. You get this, which is the lightning conducting rod, which is very easily removed. I think it's just there for attention to detail. Then you get the 2 vents on the back. I will spin it around in a minute. But yeah, and then you clip the hose with these tiny little clips here that runs over the wheel arches, dependent upon how you move that, and into the stripping at the front of the car there. This is a really, really nice detailed model. Once you've assembled it, you kind of get that impression when you're building it, but once you've assembled it, I mean, look at this. Just look at it, Marge. I mean, look at it. Wrong franchise, I know. And then the middle panels and the windows here are removed, but I guess that's so you can open the Gullwing doors really quite easily. But look at that. Look at that. And I don't know how well it's going to show up the sort of dash in the car, because if I move it towards my camera's on. It's on autofocus, but it's really nice attention to detail. And there is a flux capacitor. But the best bit is there's a button down here, and then if you press it, I don't know how well it's going to show up in daylight, but can you see that? You should see the flux capacitor fluxing, and also it's got the time circuit switch in there. So I mean, obviously you assemble that, it's a pain in the ass to get on there, but yeah, it's really cool attention to detail. Once you've assembled this really is quite the looker. I really do like how it looks and how it's assembled, and this lighting up strip is really nice. And as I mentioned in the original video, there are some sort of blemishes on the plastic from the moulding, but once you've got all this stuff on it, you really can't see it. You really can't see it. So it is, I'll show you the bottom. I'm not sure if you want to see the bottom, but it is a really nice model once it's completed. As I said, it's if you're not into building, I mean, this was a little bit more involved than I thought it would be. If you're not into building, then I would take this over a Lego, model any day of the week, because this is certainly more displayable and certainly less fragile. And I know probably people out there who love their Lego and stuff like that are saying, "What are you talking about, man? I've got loads of Lego displayed." I'm terrified of even touching my Lego DeLorean. But yeah, this is a really nice model. So let's round up this video. Now, I did really quickly want to show you some close-ups of the stickers and, you know, the decals. So this is the back of the car with the out of time number plate and exhaust vents. Then we go to the front of the car and you can see the grille and you can see the DMC logo. So, you know, it is really, really quite detailed. I do really like the attention made on this. And then you can see the time readout displays, all three of them there, and the steering wheel. And obviously you can see that it's cut away to aid your figure being able to fit in the car. And finally, you can see the rear of the people compartment, and you can actually see the flux capacitor between the seats. So lots of nice attention to detail there. So there you go. I think it's a really, really, really nice model. I touched upon in that video again some of the things I think about it compared to Lego. It's a very nice display piece, a really, really nice display piece. And, you know, it doesn't make me as nervous as it does when I handle my Lego piece. I keep saying that, but that really is a thing for me. I really, really like it. As a Back to the Future fan, I really do think you'll like it as well. The price point, £49, I really don't think is too expensive. You can buy additional figures for it, which I show in my original video. I would have preferred that they let us have the option of putting a Mr. Fusion thing in, but that might just be a small gripe for me because I'm such a fan of Back to the Future. Should have shown you the hover conversion in that little clip, but what can I say? I'm not very good at reviewing toys. But obviously I've shown you how you do that. Do I recommend this? Even if this thing was twice the price, I'm such a Back to the Future fan that I would probably bought it. For £49, I mean, you may disagree. I don't know much about modern toys. I think this is absolutely fantastic. Value. It's got weight to it. It really does have weight to it. You know, you get 2 figures, 3 figures if you consider, you know, Einstein. And also you get the plutonium cases I showed you. A couple of, pieces of equipment for both figures, such as the camcorder, the remote control. I think a lot of thought and effort and love has gone into this. For a licensed movie product, they clearly understand, you know, the amount of love there is for this movie and this particular iconic vehicle. So I personally would say, if you're a Back to the Future fan, I don't know what numbers these were made in, definitely grab one for yourself. You will love it. It makes an absolutely fantastic display piece. I mean, the box itself is really, really, really nice and looks, you know, even if you don't take it out of that, I have too, so that's not an issue for me. That looks fantastic on your shelf. Basically, I was very, very genuinely surprised about how good this is, as I said before, the price. Again, just a little niggle for me. Maybe I don't build enough things or kits. Certainly I haven't built Playmobil since I was a kid, to know if this is just, you know, it's fine and it's me who had problems reading it. But I did find this a little bit tricky to follow and found that it did seem to miss some kind of steps. But as I said, you know, familiarize yourself with the product in its disassembled form, read the instructions, and you'll be fine. So bottom line is, if you're a massive Back to the Future fan, you do really need one of these in your collection. Anyway, as always, I could talk about Back to the Future and listen to and read your comments, I should say, all day long on that movie. But I would love to know what you think, especially if you have this Playmobil model. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.